Ha, see, it's not so easy, is it?
What do you mean? I fucking nailed that.
It restarted on my end.
Oh, it didn't on mine. It went like immediately as I got to the end, it switched over, and I was like, that was so perfect.
Oh, I'll have to watch the playback.
Yeah. Um, Hi. Welcome to, I have to start the WIP Wednesday thing. Welcome to WIP Wednesday, the Wednesdays of whipping. Nope, didn't like that. Um,
These would be
Anyways.
very different from what I originally made them.
WIP Wednesday is we work on our works in progress and nothing else. That's what it stands for. WIP. And we like lock in. If you're here, you probably know that. Uh, I will be working on my gay dragon novel, Storm's Heir. This is like the first time I've spoken today, so I'm like, how to communicate between brain and mouth. Um, and my gay dragon novel, Storm's Heir, I'm working on changing a chapter to a different character's point of view, and then also editing it to match up with some draft 2 adjustments. Yeah, that's what I will be working on.
My editor and my alpha CP both got feedback back to me at the same time, therefore I'm cursing them. But, not really. I, however, am going to get what I wrote of this onto the Mila note first, and then we'll see where my anxiety lands. I don't have anxiety right now, which has been nice. My new medication has been working better than my old one, so this is
Gay drugs. We love it when they work properly. I took my ADHD meds today about an hour, 45 minutes ago, so they should be kicking in now-ish. I just remembered I was supposed to go pick up something from the pharmacy. Yesterday, I think, but that's fine. We're just gonna continue going. Anyways, so I'm excited to work. I definitely was, when I was joining in the Troublemaker stream from the chat, I was like, every word was kind of one of those things after like pulling teeth, I think is the phrase. So I'm hoping it's a little smoother today. But this is like a very important part, fun part of the book. So I'm like placing too much pressure on myself, which I know I'm doing. So I'm trying to, I don't know, prevent myself from doing that.
Do you need me to every now and then just go in the DM and be like, just draft it?
Just draft it. Yeah, probably. I'm trying to remind myself that, but you know how it is. But I think, yeah, I have to change some of the threats that all the dialogue. I'm like, I think I can keep the same beats of the conversation, like tones, but I do have to change the um, uh, sorry, I just got a casting request. Ha ha ha. Never. Cool. Okay. And so sorry, I'm totally thinking about that now. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. So
I was up to shenanigans.
adjusting some of the tones of the conversation, and I've made my villain. I know.
He's spotted this shenanigan.
Because I saw the little pop up on banners, and I'm like, what did she do? A banner's not up. Ah, I'd pick her up. And so I'm hoping that that'll, playing around with dialogue and stuff. That I don't know if that was English. Half my brain is working on something else right now. But anyways, let's get into our first sprint. It'll be 45 minutes. And I'll join you guys on the other side. Let's see. Boop.
Oh, while we're switching over, my husband was
Oh.
like, "Hey, I got us movie," or he's like, "Hey, I got us movie tickets for 2:30," but there was like no indication that that was time. So I was like, "Why the fuck do the movie tickets cost $23 a person?"
I would have thought for at 2:30, I'd be like, why the fuck is the movie tickets $230? All right,
Exactly.
we're writing now. I'm back. Let me switch back to our other screen. I hope everyone had a good sprint. I got a job offer at the beginning of the sprint, so I got very little done because I was too busy texting everyone that knew I was like trying to get this job or a job in general and be like, oh my god, I got it. And then like wanting to do a victory lap around the block, but so I only got a little bit of writing done, but I came up with a magic spell word, which is akudomos, which means silence. Literally translation is stop noise or stop sound. That's the aku is stop, and then domos is my word for sound. Yeah, and then I wrote a very little bit, or like edited a little bit, but got through, let's see, like 150 words of editing. So that's not bad.
Nice.
Sam got to listen to me. What else did you do?
I was transcribing this from paper to my to my Mila note and working like making some adjustments and stuff to either detail things out a little better or
You just got really muffled for some reason.
I don't know if that's me or the mic.
I think it was it started picking up on like the fan in the background, so it muffled you, but now it's back to you. So I think it just pitch wise got a little confused.
I didn't know who to listen to because I'm so quiet today.
Yeah.
But no, I said I was transcribing this, and which I got to, that side is blank. I got to about here.
Okay.
And I, while I was transcribing, I was like adding some things or smoothing some things out because, you know, when I was writing, I'm just like, this is just a general idea. And then when I transcribe it, that's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, but now to make this work a little smoother, just in the moment.
Yeah.
So I went a little slower typing, but that's okay. Also, for some reason, I kept getting lost in which paragraph I was in. I don't think I did as good a job with this one separating my paragraphs as I did when I was writing it, the first one. Yeah, looking at it, there's far more paragraph breaks in the first one than the second one. So I'm like, this is why I keep getting lost. So.
Yeah. I have these like, when I'll jot down notes by hand or like plan out a scene, and then sometimes I'll get into it and I'll just have like a full page of just text, of handwritten text. And I'm like, this is just a thought dump. And then I have to go back in with like a highlighter or a pen and underline or highlight, be like, okay, this is what I'm actually doing.
Because I've, normally I like know myself well enough, I've got a system. Every like, what is it, 2, 3, hold on. It's like every 3 lines. Yeah,
Okay.
you see it. Like every 3 lines, I start a new paragraph, unless I'm like finishing the end of a sentence. Because that's the amount of text I can memorize and then type
over. Yeah.
So whether or not it makes sense in a narrative form, I write it out every 3 lines for transcribing. And I figured out like over the years that with the size of my handwriting, that's how much I can like look at, and I can remember that many sentences and transcribe it. But with this one, I definitely did not do that because there's like, well, I kind of did that some places, but other places there's like 6 lines, and I'm like,
Yeah, I just remembered that I forgot to add tags to the stream, so now there's tags. I was like, oh, I set up beforehand, and then it totally escaped my mind. But yeah, I'll definitely, like, when I'm in the habit of typing stuff up, I'll start to, like, catch on, like, how much I can retain Um, or when I do feel good about, like, with editing, when I'm typing over edits, I'll like read the line on my computer and be like, oh, I think I should change this. But what did I write down when I was like fully focusing on this? And then it's the same change, and I'm like, oh my God. I agreed with myself. Go
You're
me.
like, go me.
Yeah. um, but let's see. Yeah, so I'm going through this, and because we're now in Jason's point of view, I can like clarify some stuff and reiterate. Or I'm trying to like figure out what I'm like, okay, between the two versions of this scene, and then also a conversation I added it, or like I adjusted with Lareau earlier. Like a bunch of motivations and stuff are being explained and then coming together, and I'm like trying to make sure I'm not just repeating myself, and it is a developing um, reveals and flow to the scenes, without it getting too like in the weeds or like, wait, what is going on here kind of thing for the reader. For Jason can be confused. That's okay. He's allowed to be confused. But then have him actually be confused. Or like the reader knows stuff now that he doesn't know about the bad guy's motivations. So I'm like trying to have everyone anyways, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is the writery part of writing. And sometimes when I'm writing, it's very easy to do to like weave all of these threads together. But then where I am right now, everything feels a little muddled because of all the versions that I've written of this. So I'm like going back and checking to make sure I'm like, okay, that is the through line and stuff like that. That's why there's going to be more rounds of edits and stuff like that. But so I'm trying not to obsess. But yeah.
You're just trying to draft, which is good.
Try to just draft it. Just do it. I apologize if you guys can hear like trucks and stuff going by. I opened the window because it's a beautiful day.
My throat isn't sore, but I hear my voice. It's so weak.
Yeah, I can like hear it declining as we're talking.
Yeah, like it was much stronger at the beginning of this stream, but now it's like slowly dying, and I'm like, no.
Just going into hibernation. You're like, no, I still need you. I still need you.
I know the pollen has viciously attacked you, however, I don't care.
However, sucks to suck. Get better.
I will make myself some hot tea during the next sprint.
Yes.
Speaking of hot tea, this bit. No, I'm kidding. I didn't mean that as like you. I was just like, just pretending there was some bitch somewhere that I had gossip about.
Oh, yeah. You saying that reminded me of a nightmare I had a couple days ago, but I'm not going to talk about it on stream. But I was just like, I've had very vivid dreams the past couple of days. Last night was Avatar: The Last Airbender themed because of like the leaks and also the trailer for the new show coming out or for the new movie, and also me living my Zuka life with both of them being boyfriend.
Apparently, Zuko's voice actor Dante won't be reprising the role.
Yeah, it's the voice actor for Keith from Voltron.
Huh.
And people are like, they're back in the fucking building because it's another red-blue queer adjacent queer feeling. But Avatar never queer baited, so.
So somebody else, they were like I saw a comment that was like, I only find it weird that Zuko had this voice when he was a child, and then this other voice when he's an adult, and then the original voice when he's an old man. And I was like, that is trippy.
I like don't really get why they changed voice. I mean, the new guy sounds great, like whatever, but I'm like, he was 16, like his voice wouldn't. I mean, like it changes somewhat, but like, we could have just had Dante come. It was probably some contract thing or something.
He
I
may
don't
not
know.
be available, or they might
Um,
just have been rude and not offered.
yeah, or a million other things.
Yeah.
But I just like the memes where it's like Zuko looks like a Danmei character. He looks like he just stepped out of one of my gay Chinese novels, and I'm
I
living
saw
for it.
somebody who, like, the only video I've seen on this so far is somebody being like, they were like, I was so angry that Dante wasn't going to be Zuko's voice. I was ready to boycott this movie and stuff. And then I saw Zuko, and they're like, I could forgive him.
Never
Like, oh my
mind.
god, the thirst is real.
I saw some stuff that people are also like getting back on the Katang, like Katara and Aang train because Aang is like a hot adult now. And I'm like, I was never a Zutara shipper, like ever. And so I'm like happy that I'm gonna get some like content with the two of them together. So not that I'm like I only dislike Zutara because a lot of people who ship Zutara are assholes to Aang in general, and then to anyone who's like, no, I like Katara
Oh
and Aang, it's
no.
cute. And I'm like, I'm okay with you having whatever ship you want as long as it's not like incest or weird age gap.
Not cheating, no
As long as
basic.
you don't use your ship as a reason to shit on other ships. Um,
Not to
so
be a basic bitch, but I was a Zutara shipper. I
yeah.
did, however, accept that they're not canon, and as you know, I uphold canon over most things.
Mhm.
I don't enjoy Katang because she felt like a mother to him.
Yeah, they do have some weird
And
vibes. When I was a kid, I was like, this is so cute. So I'm excited to see them as adults interacting in a different way, hopefully. Um,
I don't think there are too many. I grew up with too many societal things that
yeah,
were like, your husband is basically just your extra kid. So I was majorly icked out by
that's fair.
Katara being the, like, there was no argument. Katara was the mother of the group. She
Oh
treated
yeah.
Aang like he was her son.
Yeah.
And then he gets a crush on her. And then I'm supposed to believe that all of that. I'm like, no. That's just creepy to me.
I'm
So,
excited for more Sokka content because I enjoy Legend of Korra.
Akatsuki, number one.
Yeah, yeah, I love Suki. I haven't seen anything about her being in it or not, and I'm
No,
like,
I just
damn.
meant the pairing of Sokka and
Yeah,
Suki.
yeah.
Number one,
Um,
no notes.
yeah, amazing. Totally bisexual and bisexual together vibes. But like that's a hetero ship I can get behind. Um, but where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the Legend of Korra. I enjoy that show. I think it's good. I think it's a lot of the hate it's get is misogyny. Um, but I don't love sequels in general because it makes me sad. And then also the fact that Sokka is fucking neglected in that show. My main man, my favorite character, is a footnote in the story.
I know. I
Um,
love him so much.
and I'm like, I like that's literally one of the reasons, and the fact that like Aang is dead. Like for this show to happen, Aang has to be
I
dead.
was about
Like,
to say he can't be alive.
but like the fact that he died younger than like the people he loved. We don't even know how Sokka died. It's okay.
I
Um,
would like to say that I love Korra.
yes,
I don't like the show.
that's fair. I've
I
watched
think
the show
that,
once, and I like Korra,
yeah, I
and
think Korra
yeah,
is so mistreated
yeah,
in
it's
ways that
really sad.
it's like they could have told the same story, and there's things they didn't have to do to tell that story, but
Yeah,
they did. And they would never have thought to do that to Aang, and therefore, you say a
yeah,
lot of people hate on it because of misogyny. I hate it because of misogyny,
because
but
it's misogyny.
from a different
Yeah,
angle.
yeah. I hate the misogyny within it, not hating it
Yes.
because of misogyny. Yeah. Okay, and on that note, well, we have a couple more seconds. But yeah, Sokka,
On
I'm so
that note, I
happy.
would like to just say that I am raising good sons because they decided for the characters in this story that represent their interest, they picked women. And I think part of the reason is because we are. Pause it real quick. I want to say this while my voice is strong, and I don't know how it's going to be when we come back.
Okay.
But we're doing a family book club, and we've been reading City of the Plague God, and it's a middle grade. That's, uh, of course, my brain dies here. It's basically it is written, I think, more with boys in mind, and the main
Yeah.
character is a boy and stuff, and the writer, he's not the best at writing women. And so, like, notably, like, one of the discussions we had about it, my daughter said that she's not enjoying it as much. And part of the reason she's not enjoying it as much is because she doesn't like any of the characters, even the, like, supposed badass girl characters. And
Yeah.
so we had a discussion about female characters and female representation and how this author is probably not doing it on purpose. He is just a man and probably doesn't know how to write girls well.
He's just a man.
Yes, but not in that tone. And so I will say I love his version of Ishtar. And it's
Okay.
not his fault that Ishtar is portrayed the way she is, because that's just the god. He did a very good portrayal of the goddess Ishtar. Uh,
Okay.
but um, but yeah, I had that conversation with them, and then a couple days later, I was like, "What genders would you like the characters?" And so I kind of wonder if they had that in mind.
Hmm. I was talking with my D&D buddies the other day, and I typically play men in D&D. I have a couple female characters. Like the game I play on Thursdays, I'm a strong woman, barbarian. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to play strong lady, like blah blah blah. And I was like, wait, I could just be a strong lady. I should start working out.
I could be a strong
I
lady
was
for
like, wait,
real.
I can fulfill this desire, but like all of the time. It does require me to work out, but I was like, I don't have to fulfill this through D&D. I can just do it. Just do it. So yeah.
Over the sprint, we will in fact get nothing done and instead just coordinate what days we're going to work out together to be strong ladies.
Yes. All right. Let's. Right. And I also just got a job offer, or I got the signing letter thing. So I'm gonna go do that.
I'm making tea, so I'll be AFK.
Oopsies, we went over. My little pop out was not there. Fine.
I
I
finished transcribing and I made myself a salad and ate it. I made myself some sinus soother tea, not TV. And I'm just waiting for it to cool down enough that I can drink it without burning myself. I'm also momming.
filled out the paperwork for the new job, and then I actually got a text about a different gig for paid DMing. Um, and then, so I was answering that, and I got not really, I like worked on the writing, but I didn't get much writing done. Messing around with how I want this transition to go. The bad guy is trying to convince Rai, the dragon, to forsake Jason. But it's kind of like they've already tried this, and this is the like a last shot at it before we move on to torture. And so I'm like, okay, what is his, like, in his head, his final, like, come on, side with me, not him. And I ended up slightly quoting Star Wars. And then
I honestly feel like that's a generic enough sentiment that I would not have thought of Star Wars at all. Like, I've seen that in other things.
yeah,
Phrased, like, differently and stuff, so... Because it's just like, it's basically just like, look deep down. How do you feel?
yeah.
Stop lying to yourself.
And I just went, you know to be true, and it's not even the full you know it to be true. But that's what I wrote a little of that, and I think that's what I'm going to turn around and have Rai use mental speak and go, fuck you. So yeah. What'd you get done? Oh wait, you already said.
I did. I had to look up performance dates for my son in band because I might be working 2 conventions in May, and I needed to make sure that would not overlap.
We were joined by Pure Blind Gamer. Hello, lasses lurking from work. Hope you are having an awesome day. I am having an awesome day, actually. Blake has joined us. Mental speak, you mean telepathy? Yes. Yes, I do mean telepathy.
No. Not the same.
But I don't think I'm actually going to be using the word telepathy. So yeah. So yeah, I didn't get much done that one because paperwork. Well, I didn't get much writing done. I got other stuff done. So
I accomplished my main writing goal today, and now I have to decide if I feel up to looking at, because like it's just copy edits. But one of the reasons I hate copy edits is because I'm dyslexic, so sometimes even if it's correct, it feels so wrong to me.
yeah.
So then I have to rewrite it to be correct and still feel right to me. And thankfully, my editor is really good at working with me on that. And she was also like, I'll make sure to keep my phone nearby and stuff, so that she can answer questions.
That's good.
So I might go through and at first just do all this stuff that's basically like, yeah, no, that's fine.
Blake, do your homework.
Yes, do your homework.
I know that discussion post is still lurking. You don't want it to be hovering over you all day, and it's basically been doing that already. Last night, we were trying to convince Blake to do their homework. And we were like, oh, you don't want your whole day off to have the homework looming over you, which is such hypocritical of me to say, because that's just what happens to me every time I have a task. It just looms over me the entire day. Until I...
Do I need to get my mom voice out? Invent a full name for Blake? Which I did for Matt, even though Matthew is full name.
Bartholomew, yeah.
Bartholomew, yeah. Don't forget, you're CBifer. Which I think I would just make Blake Blakefer. Blakefer binomium.
Binomian?
Binomium.
The last name also gets...
Yes, it does.
Full name. An extended full name.
Or Blakeantha.
Blakeantha? No, I like Blakefer.
Blakefer.
See,
all of you and Ifer are just great suffixes to add to names.
I feel like I helped with Bartholomew.
I no longer remember.
Because I had a little bit of a phase where I was like, the name Bartholomew was like hooked in my brain for a little while. And I feel like that lines up for when that was. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, just so many things keep popping up today. Which are good things.
My daughter's haircut on the same day that my son has a performance. That will be a busy day.
Yeah.
Don't understand. Their hairstylist is popular, and therefore all of their slots for when children are not in school are taken. Technically, they go to a barber. But she's great, and I love her, so. But it's really cute, because it's technically like a gentleman's barber, and we started going, because Chris needed somebody who could do his hair, and she was referred to us by my friend. And I liked her demeanor so much, I was like, okay, I can trust her with my hair. And then I was like, we will trust her with the children's hair. Their primary clients are men, but then there's me and my youngest. They're also there.
Yeah, my hairstylist is also, well, back in Pennsylvania, my mom and I share a hairstylist. But I haven't found one out here that I like that isn't extremely expensive. Well, I haven't found one that I like because I won't go to the extremely expensive ones. So I'm kind of just like with my hair right now. But now that I have a job, I can get a haircut soon. And like my eyebrows done. And normal things that I have not been spending money on. So that's exciting. Cool. I'm sorry I'm a little not the most attentive right now because I'm answering job stuff.
Stop prioritizing your real world responsibilities. We're all a simulation anyway. I say as I go and do something real quick for my little job.
We're just such exciting hosts.
I know, look. My voice is struggling today, and it takes a lot of effort to be loud, when normally I'm just loud by default.
Alright, What's something fun and interesting that I could say for 3 minutes?
You don't have to. It's fine. I have been reading so much. I've also been on Pagebound. If y'all have a Pagebound and you want to exchange it, I would love to. The only other person in my life right now who's using Pagebound a lot is my husband.
What is
Everybody else
Pagebound?
keeps ignoring me. Huh?
What is Pagebound?
Oh my gosh. See, she ignores me. I have specifically
Is it like the
put it
reading
into our
software
device.
thing?
It's the reading app, yeah.
Okay,
But
that's
they
what I
have a
thought.
browser too, so you don't have to download it to your phone. But the
I'm,
browser is behind in features, so.
okay, I will download it right now. I will not mess around with it right now, but
It's the thing that I screenshot last night, and I was like, this is my progress in Fablehaven.
oh yeah, I was wondering what that was.
I posted it in my server. I posted it in our group chat.
I'm just a lot.
Basically,
Hey, no
like a few,
analogs, no AI, 100% human forever. I can get behind that.
yeah. Basically, a few years ago, people were getting tired of Goodreads shit, and there were a lot of people, not everyone who worked at Goodreads or behind Goodreads, but there were like quite a few people, customer service wise, who were pretty shitty, and Goodreads was like putting no effort into being a better website.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a while, under my real name, which is Samantha Ortiz, that it was like under my profile, I was connected to this children's novel or this children's picture book by Samantha Ortiz, and I'm like, I'm not the author, and I kept messaging them, and no, nobody would get it removed. I'm like, I
That's
don't
so
want credit for
weird.
this book I didn't write, and
Yeah.
so finally it was actually because of the YouTube writing community. Somebody in the community worked at Goodreads, and they got it handled for me, which is wild that I had to,
Yeah.
that had to be a thing. But yeah, so people were basically getting tired of Goodreads shit. So a bunch of other book apps came about: Storygraph, Pagebound, that other one that I forgot the name of, but I told you not to use.
Mm.
So, which may be fine to use now, but they had issues a few years ago. Legitimately am blanking on the name, otherwise I would say it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe.
so yeah, Chris was in search of a Goodreads alternative, and so I was recommended this one by Jess, and I was like, I will download and use any reading app that you do. I'm just waiting for you to say go. And so,
You do the research and I will be there.
well, no, it's more, I did the research. It was more, I needed one that he liked using so that he
Ah.
would actually use it. Because I'm extremely flexible. I just need one other person. But I'm also very eager and excited, so I like to share things I like with everybody.
Yes. All right, that sets us up to the next sprint.
Blake, you're not allowed to know what Storm is up to until your homework is done.
Blake finished their homework. Or finished that one assignment at least.
I'll allow it.
Storm's in her window, sunbathing, ignoring me. It's not food time, so she doesn't love me. All right, on that note, let's sprint. floor, and that was the end of our third sprint. How did you do? Oh, you're still muted.
I'm on page 5 of 34. Technically, the first page is the title page. The page right after that is just like blank. So it actually starts on page 3. And I've been going through, I did not do what I initially was planning on doing, which was going through and just getting all the easy ones, because my brain kept getting stuck on, like, Danica inserted some sentences, and my brain was like, I don't like this sentence. Why don't I like this sentence? And I could not move forward, but it's fine. For the most part, I've just been like, yeah, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But then every now and then I'm like, but is that how I would write that sentence? Or does that, like, she's really good at matching my style, but because of how my brain is right now, I'm like, but do I think it matches my style? What is
She's
my
also
style?
not you,
Do
so
I
yeah.
have a style? That's like one of the things she inserted was like the ding of the doorbell sounded, and I was like, I got rid of the dinging of the doorbell, and I just got like rid of dinging, or the dinging, and I just put ding and then started the new sentence. And I left a note that I was like, I know it's an unpopular thing, but I just let onomatopoeias do their thing. That's a really big thing in my style. It would definitely like stick out. This is not how Sam writes things. So, but and then later there's another sentence that's like the doorbell sounded, and I'm like, no, that's fine. That's allowed.
Yeah.
So
That's different.
Yes, if you're gonna use an well, okay. If I'm going to use an automatopoeia, I just want to use the automatopoeia for like emphasis or style.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will just describe the sound. So.
Hi RP, you might be gone already, but RP popped in. Hello everyone, popping to say hi before going out for the evening. A night out on the town. I did write that time. How much did I get written? Hi Blake.
And then, like, my brain also went on this weird detour where I was like, if I just accept all of the sentences that she's wrote, is it even my story anymore? And I'm like, that's not, we know that's not how it works. We've never had that issue before. Why are you picking fights?
Yeah. I wrote 184. I did pause midway through because I have a spell in here. And right now it's put as like the English translation is pin. But I don't know if that's quite what I want, because I'm changing it. Well, from Ryan's point of view, Jason just gets like yanked back and slammed against a wall and then pinned there. But from Jason's point of view, I change it so it's like a hook catches, an invisible hook catches in his ribs and then yanks him back. And then he's like pinned against the wall. So I'm like, I think I want to change what the spell is to something a little more complicated to do it. Because I have more high level mages can just like give an intent, like a word, and it'll carry out the further intention. But low level, or in this case it's Lareau, who is high level, but I'm speaking in D&D terms, but he was like surprised, so I feel like he would revert back to, let me tell the magic exactly what to do kind of thing. So yeah, it might be like distance and restrain or something like that.
Yeah, I get you. Alright,
Your mic just cut out.
Oh, I said I lately I have not been speaking much of the specifics of my writing because I've been working on the kids' fun project.
Yeah.
And I don't know. In my brain, I'm like, I don't know the specifics of that yet. I'm still working those out.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to just, as an example of like things that. So this sentence is the familiar beating eased the swirling pressure in his stomach, allowing him to drop the basket back into his hand. And then that was the. And then the next sentence is he clutched his free hand, letting the pain of his nails digging into his palm focus him. Right? Now, there's not really anything wrong with the sentence, but this is how Danica suggested that it makes the sentence a lot better. Hold on. Yes, my child. Oh no. Is it not in the living room? They're gonna have to wait till Dad gets home. I don't think he brought it in the house. Just do me a favor, check the living room one more time, just in case, and if it's not there, they gotta wait. I don't think Chris brought the new dog food in, so our dogs might have a late dinner tonight.
No.
But, the familiar beating eased the swirling pressure in his stomach, allowing him to drop the basket back into his hand, clutching it tight enough his nails dug into his palm. He let the pain focus him. And I'm sitting here going, is it an improvement? Like, at first my brain was just like, this doesn't make sense. This isn't at all what I wrote. And then I'm like, wait, no, it is. It is. You just move things around. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to be like, he let the crescent moons focus him, but I'm like, that's very try-hardy. Because when you... No, because when you dig...
Yeah, no. Yeah. We had the whole discussion about digging nails in. For my guys. I think it's just the little at the ending is what's throwing me off. The last sentence fragment.
No, he let the pain focus him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of rewriting that too.
Maybe ground him or something. But I think it's focus.
Focus is the correct thing I'm going for here. I don't like how he let the pain focus him. Because, like, he's already grounded. He's regaining his composure.
Yeah. I know. The focus is what sits wrong, but that's just for me. I don't have a better suggestion. But yeah.
I'm probably going to put the pain something his focus.
Mm-hmm. Sharpened his focus?
No, maybe something like that.
Okay. But, let's see. So I'm playing around with magic spells and that kind of fun stuff.
Letting it wetted his focus.
What? Wetted?
I looked up synonyms for sharpened, and it was like sharp, honed, keen, edged, wetted, cutting, and trenchant, and I was like, yes, it wetted his focus.
Not quite.
Because they mean, like, you know, a whetstone.
Yeah.
Which this isn't how you use a whetstone. It's like, it's fine. I know what I'm doing, even if it doesn't look like it.
I know what you're doing. Or I know you know. I know you know. I'm thinking I have to come up with my word for and.
What do you mean? Like your dragon word for and?
My dragon word for and. I was like, I could just put distance restrain. But I was like, no, I want to have an and in there. So.
Steel is STL. Right?
I'll, for the next sprint,
Yes.
probably be messing around with uh, Draconic.
I swear Mrs. Murphy is going to be the most popular character in the short story now, and only one line about her is from me.
Who's going to be most popular?
So in order to like ground the world a little better, the shop that Jamie stops at is called Murphy's,
Okay.
and Mrs. Murphy is one of the two. It's owned by this little elderly couple, and Mrs. Murphy is one of those old ladies who like if you're a regular and she catches you, you're stuck with her for like 30 minutes to an hour just chatting. So Jamie has like this side quest of avoiding Mrs. Murphy this whole time now, and I love it. Originally, I just added Mrs. Murphy in at the beginning, and he just avoided her once. But Danica has suggested multiple mentions of her, and I'm like, I love every mention of her, and I'm like, damn, Mrs. Murphy is gonna be the best character. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, I love Mrs. Murphy more than anyone else in the story, and I'll just be.
As they should, honestly. That's how Hal became such a big character. Because my writing class was like, we love him, and I was like, okay.
That's like it just in all that glitters, that little my multiple purpose NPC that I just had there to do all my things, so I didn't have to make more characters, but also had Eric flirt with him, and he became like the favorite of so many people that I like had a question about him in my beta questionnaire, and I had this one reader who was like, they were kind of pointless. You could have like replaced them with anybody, and like there was no need for them. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You take them out of the story, and the story is fine. That means they're unneeded. But if you would actively have to replace them with another character to serve the purpose,
Yeah. That's not quite what they're going for.
but it's fine. I got the message. They didn't give two fucks about him.
Yeah.
Which is fair. But oh, good news. We can read or we can do the Fable Haven book talk whatever time on Friday.
Cool.
I'm trying not to go back to editing or to revising. No, I'm doing the edit now.
Okay.
Until our next sprint.
You're gonna edit.
Huh?
You're gonna edit now until our next sprint?
No, I was saying I'm trying not to do that because I was doing that. But
I was looking up different ways to say "and" in different languages. I think I'm thinking of doing "gin," Gyn.
Oh, also, she came from my single quotation thoughts. That's a stylistic decision. Because I like to use italicists for emphasis and shit, I don't like when thoughts are just italicized.
Yeah, I'm trying. I've been using when something's in magic, when something's in draconic, like, it's italicized, which limits me in other ways, but, and then I've also been using italics for, emphasis in different places, but, like, it's in quotations and italics.
Is your GYN, is that going to be your word for and?
Something? Yeah.
Double check this, but I'm pretty sure that is the Latin prefix for vagina. So, and while normally I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter, just you do you, this is one of those cases where I'm like, but maybe not. Was I correct?
Hold on a second.
I'm checking. Okay,
It means
so of
woman.
pertaining to woman or of pertaining to female reproductive system. So not
Yeah.
vagina specifically, but
Yeah, gynecologist.
yep.
Yeah. What did
Yes,
begin? Not gyne.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute while we do this sprint.
Okay. And I win. Oops, I'm not muted. Ta-da! Welcome back. Guys, there's the big noise.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, there's a
I'm toward the bottom of page 7.
car driving by. You're at the bottom of page 7
Yeah.
of
33 now?
Nice.
Because, like, as I'm accepting changes and stuff, it, like, removes the other things, so my page count will dwindle as I accept changes. Maybe. We'll see. It's like... It's still a long, short story. Well, it's whatever. Point is, I've got to a part... Well, one, we, at this stage, had a sentence that was very much, oh, this was the first draft sentence that I fucking missed. I mean, like, I added it in one of the revisions, and obviously my dyslexia did not clock it, because it was like, Jamie slammed the car into gear, breathing, stabling with the steady rise of the speedometer, and poor Danica was like, I'm not sure what this is meant to be. Breathing stabilizing, or is he holding his breath, or increasing, like, hyperventilation? And I was like, his breath is like breath stabilizing with the rise of the speedometer. But I was like, that was a moment. And right before the timer went out, I got to a part where it's like, my brain goes, she dare touch my flashback. But it's fine.
Let's see, what did I do? Yeah, I mostly just worked on my language. I'm doing Win for and W-Y-N, which I have a character named Win, but her name is Winifred, and she goes by she's nicknamed W-I-N. And I'm like, it's fine. This is fine.
People's nicknames and stuff have meanings in other languages.
Yeah.
And it's
and then I was just messing around with my language in general, trying to find more like roots within the words I have come up with. I need to stop putting M's in words. I have an M in so many words, which makes the language sound cohesive. But I'm like, okay, and we can take a break from that. So then I was like looking at the words I still need to come up with. I need a word for restrain. Because I'm doing getis, which is get away, basically, distance. And then, so it's getis, win, something, restrain. And so I was like, oh, I could use stop within restrain, but I'm like, or I could do something else. Containment is different from restrain. Containment is like the big barrier thing that's around rise. So I'm like, I get that's different.
Well, that makes sense, because containing is like you have something like completely like surrounded.
So that's how
restrain is you're just holding something back.
Yeah.
Or preventing it from moving. Things can still move when they are contained.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on, or was working on. Yeah. I will probably take a break to eat and then keep working, hypothetically.
I might keep working for a little bit, but as soon as my youngest gets home, we have to walk the dogs.
The starving puppies. No, they'll be fine. It's like Storm every day acts like I've never fed her before, and she gets fed twice a day.
For dinner tonight, we're doing chicken tenders and mac and cheese, because like my husband and I were trying to figure out like easy dinners and stuff, and I like McDonald's had a chicken nugget Huntrix meal, and I looked at my husband and I was just like, why don't we just do chicken tenders and mac and cheese? And he was like, oh yeah, that sounds good. And I'm like, yeah, the kids really like that. I'm like, we like chicken nuggies.
I have chicken nuggets. That's what I had for lunch yesterday.
Chicken tenders are just adult chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, we need to, while our children are like, we are kind of lucky in that the way we have raised our children's palates, they like to eat all of the very like adultified, meals and stuff, right? Like we make a lemon pepper chicken, they're down. And I'm like, but they are still kids, and we also enjoy more kid meal-ish food. To which my husband said, yeah, we need to have more girl dinners. And I'm like, we will not call that in front of the children, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Which really, girl dinners are just embracing the fact that as an adult, you can still enjoy some of your meals from childhood. Yeah.
And then girl dinner became like this fucking like Edie thing, and it was like, no, that's not the funny, cute trend we were doing.
That's part of why I told him, I'm like, we're not gonna call that.
Like, oh, I understand you, but no.
Yeah. Because he's as much as a weird, problematic troll my husband is, he's also a sweet, sweet, naive cinnamon roll. It's a very odd combination. In this last 3.5 minutes of WIP Wednesday, I want you all to know I informed Stevie my husband was a hear me out from a romance novel. She got mad at me in his defense.
I want you to hear me out.
I told my husband this. My husband says, no, we both know I'm a problematic.
Well, he pretends
you're not toxic. Hold on.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going too far the other direction.
For hear me outs for me are either they're ugly, or
that never matters in my hear me out. So
I know, or they're really hot, but they'd have the worst fucking personality. So saying hear me out, I'm like, your husband has redeeming qualities.
He does. Hear me outs have redeeming qualities, all right. But for me, a hear me out, all the redeeming qualities are around like how he treats his woman.
That's fair.
Not necessarily. It's like, yeah, he's a mass murderer, but he'd never hurt her. So.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, not intentionally. And if he did, he'd feel like really shitty and make it up to her. So.
Yeah. If he deserves to be a hear me out. If not, he's just a piece of shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So
my husband, who takes enjoyment out of other people's pain, is very much a hear me out. But I love him, and that's the thing. A person who is very comfortable and proud to be called to hear me out can't really beat what's the word?
Allegations?
Thank you. I was going to say obligations, and I'm like, that is not the word that I wanted. But yeah. He is a man out of a romance novel, just...
What's the subgenre? Is the deciding factor.
A different subgenre, yeah. Really, and anybody who's seen the kind of guys I like in romance novels should not be surprised.
I was asked.
Or Uranus and Neptune. Uranus would destroy the world because it's not worth living in without Neptune, but you know.
I was asked what my type is this weekend, and I totally blue screened, and I texted Sam, what's my type? And she answered, and I was like, oh yeah, that's my type.
Right? Was this a quiz? What's going on?
This is not a quiz. This was what I was asked, and then I was like,
I will never forget your type because you have the same type as my little sister Tabby, and anytime I identify with a slightly butch character, I get yelled at by both of you.
Well,
you guys are like, can't do that to me.
After my blue screen, I was like trying so hard. I was like, pretty people.
No, pretty men.
Yes, and then I eventually was like, I was like, have you seen Teen Wolf? And one of them was like, yeah. And I was like, Style Stolinsky. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah. then for women, there was just so many hot women at the Ren Fair, so I was just like, that person, that person, that person.
Them.
And we went and watched this like strong woman show, and it was like this tiny lady, like she was probably like 5 foot or something, which is not that short, but like that was her tagline was tiny lady big show, or maybe she was under 5. I don't know. She was up on a stage, and then her partner, don't know if they're actually together, who's like gender fluid, and was like so androgynous, it was impressive. Like they'd changed like the different angles they were looking, and I'm like, oh, 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 before they did the like talked about being gender fluid. My brain was like, I don't know what's happening here, but they are hot. So I was just like them. The couple that I don't know if was actually a couple, if it was part of their marketing, like part of their bit. Either way, I don't care. It's a show.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the stream is done. You
Yeah.
need to go make food.
Okay, thanks for joining us. If you joined us, if you're watching this on the replay, comment something cool and different. Sam and I are going to do a book talk on Friday for Fablehaven, by Brandon Moole, I think.
Yes.
Which is my pick, that I was obsessed with these books as a kid, but I don't remember anything about them. So that's
100. Well, actually, I made this thought at like chapter 2. This is like fantasy series of unfortunate events. Only there are not unfortunate events, but like it has that vibe kind of.
okay.
So.
Got it. And so you guys should come
like
to
happy.
our book talk Friday. Okay. On that note, bye. Can I click? Click, click. It's not working.